Hello, all you crypto winners. Guys, I just want to talk to you for just a couple minutes and give you a little bit of idea of what this module is about. For the last few years during the bear market, I have done a number of one-on-ones. And in doing those one-on-ones, I was able to really work through in my mind over a 3-year period what my 10-year roadmap looks like for crypto. And I do think we have realistically about 20 years left in crypto before we move on to what I'm being told is going to be digital credits. But before we get so over our skis to start talking about 20 years in crypto, let's just look at the DECA trend that started in November, and let's just take a look of how that plays out for the next 10 years. And so I've done a entire module here. I did a group one-on-one. I really didn't have any idea how good it was going to be. After doing it and while I was in the midst of it, I realized that it is really good. And even my partner sat in on the entire thing. I had a couple of friends sitting in, and they all said the same thing to me separately. They said, you cannot keep this particular module to yourself. You cannot keep it to just the few people that paid to be in the group session. I think there was, I think it was 15 or 20 people there. And so anyway, everybody just loved it. I have gotten rave reviews back from the folks that paid to be there. And so I think I'm going to let this module serve as my one-on-one module with folks. When people want a one-on-one with me, they're usually asking me for my advice. And in the past, what I tried to do, because I'm a level 5 kind of guy, I like for people to get their money's worth up front. And what I tried to do in the past was give people a one-on-one where they would never have to do another one with me again if they never saw me or talked to me ever again. And I've never ever had anybody that didn't just give me, rave reviews about their one-on-one. So having done this one with a small group of folks as a test run, realizing how good it was, I really don't need to ever do another one. And, we're here in the beginning of this 10-year cycle, so this should serve everyone. And the other thing is that I want people to have a 10-year roadmap. I don't want people to be dependent on me. I want people to go, oh, wow, look how this is playing out. This is playing out exactly the way Jay said it. And so, from that regard, it is going to become, I think, one of the most sought after modules that I have. But anyway, in the end of the session, I think I talked for a couple of hours, and then I took 4 hours worth of questions. So this is about 5.5 to 6 hours long. And I went through charting. I charted out the 10-year. I even charted out the 20-year. And so I just went through a whole host of things, but I had the board up the entire time. I gave people multiple scenarios. I showed people how, regardless of whether you have $1,000, $10,000, or $1 million, the plan is a little bit different from the people that have less than $1 million than the people that have above $1 million. But you quickly see how with less than $1 million, you become a part of that group that does have $1 million, and the entire rest of the module applies to everyone. And so it was a lot of fun. By the end of the session, I had completely lost my voice, and but I stayed to the very last second, the very last question. We even had a few folks who came on with their microphone and wanted to be a part of the session, actually talking with me. And so anyway, I think you will enjoy it. I would tell you this, if I was not me, and I know what I know about this module, I would personally be buying this module right away, and I would have my own copy of it, and I would listen to it on a regular basis, guys. This module will serve you for the next 10 years. So I hope you enjoy it. Those of you that decide to go for it, I don't think you'll ever ask for your money back. Guys, make this decade your decade. Have a great day from CryptoJay. I do want to lay out this 10-year roadmap for you. It is going to be based off of we're going to do 2 different scenarios. I'm going to do a scenario
where if your portfolio is under $1 million, and I'm going to do a scenario where if your portfolio is over $1 million, and I always do that no matter who I'm talking to. I know that there's quite a few folks here that are under $1 million, and there are quite a few folks here that are over $1 million, and there's a lot of people about to just tear $1 million up. I mean, I saw all of your emails you guys sent back in with your information, where you're from. A lot of folks here today from California, so shout out to California. That's where I was born. And so anyway, you know, I want to give you both scenarios. I want to give you that 10-year roadmap. And the roadmap, as I'm going to give it to you, when you're listening to this the second time, I want you to take a piece of paper and apply it to your when you're under $1 million. As soon as you go over $1 million, you want to flop to this side. And this is going to be a graduated scale. So we're going to take this higher and higher and higher. So basically, in this first example, while you're building up to $1 million of net worth in your crypto portfolio, as a coach, I'm okay being heavier weighted on your altcoins. When you go over $1 million over here, I want you to be heavier weighted in your primary coins, which I'm going to get into here in a minute, your primary coins, and I want you to be less weighted in your portfolio. Look, there are people right here sitting in this room right now that have $10 million in crypto. Okay, they sent their questionnaire in, they had $10 million. You've got to have concentrated, calculated risk, or else you are at risk of going from 10 million to 5 million in a hurry. That's what I want to help you with. So from here, when you take a profit like this, and then you go back into the market, let's say we get a nice blow off top in the altcoins, Bitcoin gets its rally to 73,000. You know, all of a sudden we go into a cool off period for, you know, even 45, 60 days, and we get to rebuild our portfolio. Well, when we do, and I want to take a portion of this money, I'm looking for a place calculated where I can concentrate my risk. If I take a portion of this money and I put it in something that by the end of the year gets me a 10x, right? 10 times 37, I'm up 370 times my money. That's calculated, concentrated risk.